Most people have a plan for a lot of things: a job loss, a car accident, a medical emergency. Almost nobody has a plan for the moment they look out their window and realize the conflict they have been watching on a screen has arrived in their city. Military veterans who have operated in active conflict zones are trained for exactly that moment, not the months of preparation before it, the first 60 minutes of it, because those 60 minutes determine everything that comes after. 8 actions, 60 minutes. The order is not optional, it is doctrine. Action 1: resist the urge to look outside. Immediately move away from windows. Military urban operations training reverses the natural instinct entirely. Windows are the most dangerous position in any structure when conflict is nearby. Glass fragments under overpressure travel faster than shrapnel. Any window facing the direction of an explosion or structural collapse becomes a fragmentation source. The immediate action is lateral movement, sideways away from the window, not backward. Moving backward keeps you in the window's field. Moving laterally removes you from it. Interior walls, interior rooms, and the lowest floor provide genuine protection. Basements have survived events that destroyed everything above them. Get below ground level first. Action 2: account for every person in your immediate location within the first 5 minutes. In military doctrine, this is called personnel accountability, and it happens before any other organizational action. The reason is operational. You cannot make a movement or shelter decision without knowing how many people you are making it for, where they are physically located within the structure, and whether anyone has a mobility or medical limitation that changes the options available to you. Go room to room. Physically confirm every person. Assign each person a specific position away from windows and exterior walls. Not a room to wander, a fixed point. Children and elderly first, with an adult assigned to each. 3 minutes. It eliminates the most common cause of civilian injury in conflict scenarios: people moving independently through a structure when they should be stationary. Movement inside a structure during an active threat is how people get hurt by their own building. Assign positions and hold them. Action 3: kill your visible light signature immediately. A lit window at night is a position indicator. In any scenario where conflict is operating in or near an urban area, a visible light source inside a structure communicates occupancy, location, and the number of people present to anyone observing from outside. Military urban operations doctrine calls this light discipline, and it is implemented the moment a threat enters the operational area. Turn off every interior light. Cover exterior-facing windows with any dark material: curtains, blankets, taped garbage bags. The goal is not blackout perfection. The goal is eliminating the contrast that makes your interior visible from outside. A structure showing no light is indistinguishable from an unoccupied one. An unoccupied structure is not a priority target. Action 4: establish your only outbound communication within the first 15 minutes. When conflict enters an urban area, cell networks become unreliable within minutes due to simultaneous demand overwhelming tower capacity. This is not speculation. It is documented behavior in every urban conflict event of the past 30 years. Towers are also infrastructure targets, which means the network degrades further over time rather than recovering. Send one message to a designated out-of-area contact, someone outside the immediate area, confirming your location, the number of people with you, and your intended course of action. Before the network degrades, this person becomes your external relay, coordinating with emergency services or family who cannot reach you directly. If you have no designated contact, choose the person most geographically distant in your contact list right now. Action 5: conduct a rapid resource audit focused on 4 hours, not 4 days. Most civilian emergency planning defaults to a 72-hour framework. Military immediate action planning uses a 4-hour framework first, because the decision about whether you stay in position or move is made at the 4-hour mark based on how the situation has developed, not assumed in advance. What do you have for 4 hours right now? Water already in sealed containers, food requiring no preparation, a light source with no exterior signature, a first aid kit, and someone who can use it. Any communication device with battery remaining. 5 minutes. It tells you the honest truth about your position before you have to act on it under pressure. Action 6. Identify your exit routes before you need them. Staying in position is almost always the correct decision in the first hour, but trained people identify exits before they need them, not after the situation changes. This is the difference between a planned response and a panicked one. Identify your primary exit and at least one secondary. Walk both mentally. Note obstructions, locked doors, and sections that pass through exterior facing areas. If your primary exit creates exposure, your secondary becomes primary. Establish which route moves you away from the direction of threat rather than across it. You're not planning to leave. You are eliminating decision making load if leaving becomes necessary under pressure. Action 7. Establish an information baseline from a single verified source. In the first hour of any high stress urban event, information volume exceeds information quality by a large margin. Social media is filled with unverified reports, exaggerated accounts, and content from completely different locations being presented as local. Acting on unverified information in this environment produces worse outcomes than acting on no information at all. Military intelligence doctrine has a rule: a single verified source outweighs 10 unverified ones. Apply this rule to your information diet right now. A battery powered or hand crank AM radio tuned to your regional emergency broadcast frequency is your verified source. Everything else, social media posts, messaging apps, neighbor reports, video clips, is unverified input that should be noted but never acted on exclusively. Emergency broadcast content is vetted, delayed for verification, and specifically designed to guide civilian behavior. It is the only signal in this environment that has been checked before transmission. Tune to it, stay on it, use everything else as background context only. Action 8. The 60-minute decision. At the 60-minute mark, military doctrine requires a structured stay or move assessment, not a feeling. Not a reaction to the last thing you heard, a structured evaluation against fixed criteria. Stay if structure provides genuine protection, confirmed water and food for 4 hours, every person accounted for and stationary, threat not moving toward your position per emergency broadcast. Move if structure compromised, water or medical situation requires external access within 4 hours, or the emergency broadcast has issued an explicit evacuation directive. Everything outside these two conditions is noise. The single most dangerous decision in an urban conflict scenario is moving without a clear, criteria-based reason to do so. Panicked movement into an unknown exterior environment has caused more civilian casualties in documented conflict events than staying in a compromised position. Stay until a specific criterion fails. Then move with a specific destination, a specific route, and a specific person responsible for each member of the group. The people who survived the first hour are not the ones who moved fastest. They are the ones who thought clearest. 8 actions, everyone executable with no specialized equipment and no prior training. The difference between a trained response and an untrained one in the first hour is not strength or speed. It is knowing what to do before the moment arrives, so that when it does, you're executing a practice sequence instead of making critical decisions under maximum stress with no framework and no time. Next video covers the 4-hour assessment, the specific criteria military veterans use to decide whether a situation is stabilizing or escalating, and the exact point at which staying becomes more dangerous than moving. Subscribe. It is the decision that follows directly from everything in this video.